do this, but let's say you have an issue with fibroids, you have an issue with prostate, and you were on the Amber Institute's estrogen fast, which means that you have foods that have less nitrogen, less things that cause, less estrogen causing foods, then we would have just used almonds and pumpkin seeds in this mix. No dates, we would have used some figs, and I have all of that. So this is actually versatile. Can I have another pint container?
So do dates have natural estrogen?
Yeah, so we try to stay away, we're going to stay away from that just for the purpose of the fast. And this is like in honor for people who have fibroids and tumors, so we're just doing it with them.
Okay.
So it's 40 days estrogen-free foods. You have to go to the amberinstitute.com or join the 40-day food fast group on Facebook. Let's do the rest of those almonds so that everybody can try.
Alright. The rest of everything?
Yeah. Give you the rest of these. A little mixing bowl. It's on. There you go. So I'm adding the dates to this.
Everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like to double check.
We're adding strawberries. You know how back in the day we used to add like bananas and things. We don't do bananas in our household only because there's no seeds. And the banana's not even the organic ones. I mean, how are you gonna have an organic anything with no seeds? That's crazy. Go ahead. We like to add raisins, but I wasn't able to find any of the raisins with the seeds, so we didn't include those. I did find some Concord grapes with seeds today, so we've been snacking on those all day. You got it?
Yep.
We're just gonna add a little bit of maple syrup to make it sweet, and this is gonna be a cereal.
I don't trust this.
Is this not on, right?
It was just shaking a lot.
Oh, yeah. Because I wanted it to be more like that. We have something that we do called playing with food. And this is a way for us to incorporate our children, because when we become healthy, a lot of times we leave our children still eating the prison food that they eat at the school system and things like that. So we include the children from we include the children from what do you want to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let them decide. Then take them to the grocery store and then let them help you purchase the food and make them read the back of the ingredients. What do I have you do when you eat something that you're not supposed to eat? I make her look up the ingredients and then write an essay on why she's not supposed to eat those things. All right? So we include her in that process. And then, like what she's doing now, she knows how to make this. This is what she ate every day when she went to summer camp. This is what she had, and when she went away, I packed this up for her. She didn't eat anything that they had in that camp. I packed this up dry. I put this on the side and sent her with some of that almond milk. And this is what she ate. We need some more dates. Can I have, how many people want to try the cereal?
Sure, everybody.
So let's get some bowls so everybody can have some cereal.
Okay.
Young man, do you want to help pass out the bowls to everybody?
Sure.
And what's your name?
Malcolm.
Malcolm, that's right, that's right. You can, if you blend the dates, it's gonna make it stick. So what happens is now you have a granola bar.
Yeah.
All right, you don't have to heat it. You can make it stick, and you can form it. The more you let it blend, the more that it creates, it binds it. So the less that you do it, the less that it binds it. Some people stick them in the oven. That's a cookie now. But if you want a nice raw snack, you can take the same cereal. Let's say you had too much. This keeps in the refrigerator for at least a week if you have it in an airtight container, but you can also make it into snacks. You can make it into the little balls. So just something to think about.
You don't eat oatmeal either?
No oatmeal.
Estrogen or what's
Just too much acid, too much, yeah, no oatmeal. It's too much acid in the oats.
Not even
Yeah.
anything like oils, everything.
Nope, none of it. No. But there are amaranth flakes, tastes just like it. I bought just to show you all. Where's my personal bag? I said somebody bought my personal bag of food up here. It's a straight white bag, yeah. I made this just to show you. This is very versatile. This is even better than quinoa. This is millet. So you can take this and you can make it into sweet or salty. This is also like grits.
You cook it like you do a rice,
Yeah, it's 2 cups. For every cup, it's 2 cups of liquid.
and it's millet.
Yeah, this is millet. And I also have puffed millet I want to add to the cereal. Because remember like Sugar Smacks? Yeah, right. So I'm going to let y'all try that too. So this is like I said.
The millet in the back.
We're starting with the breakfast. Oh yes, just you know what? Pass it back. So listen, the reason why I brought that like that, it's plain. I had made some tuna. For Minister Inky, I'm his personal chef and he orders us. So I made a millet lasagna. Those are the noodles. That's the base for the lasagna. Yeah.
It was good too.
That's what I forgot. Mimi didn't even know that I was going to do that. Where's that millet? The puffed millet.
There's a bag on the table.
I didn't know. Here it is. Yeah. So listen. So remember, we can add in here. So this is the puffed millet. This is our popcorn replacement. This is also for this is our Sugar Smacks. So you take this and some maple syrup, and this is breakfast. So think about all the things we did with those simple ingredients for breakfast. Y'all can pass this around.
I have a question on
Yes.
corn. And I know, Monsanto and corn, but I've seen organic kernels.
Yes.
Are they okay to pop on the stove or is corn 100% off?
Corn is just one of those things like we are such amazing people. We actually hybridized corn like thousands and thousands of years ago. So corn is just definitely on the do not eat list. Organic or not organic,
Okay.
period.
Okay.
However, if you're going to eat corn, which I still do eat blue corn chips sometimes, like if I'm craving a taco salad, because I haven't been able to make a replacement, which we can. We can. You can take grains and make your own replacement in a dehydrator. I've made taco salads and used kale as my chips.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I didn't miss a thing. But when I'm lazy and I'm just in one of those I don't give up type of attitudes, I go get the blue organic corn chips. And the only reason I do that is I know that 90% of the corn in this country is genetically modified. But I do know that we just don't digest it. So therefore, we should not be eating it. Anything that we do put in our body, we should be using it for energy.
Right.
If it's coming out the other end, meant that the body wasn't using it. So why waste? So like I said, that it's all about discipline with us. Like if we choose to go eat corn now, it's because we're just not disciplined enough to go find something, or we feel as though that we're just too comfortable. But at some point, like my episodes with the corn, is like very few, like very, very far and few. And if I do save it, I'm saving it for like at the movies.
Okay.
Something like that. So on the bottom, you put your sauce, then you put your noodles. Get any type of noodles, the more natural the better. Can I put some in your cup? You want some? Look at this jam. You want
He like, that's not for us.
Yeah, the kids, we gotta really, really work with them.
But,
You know what?
but when you start young, they just love it though. Like when you start from
the children, so usually in my demonstrations, he would have picked out everything he wanted in his cereal. So what you do is you give them the option. This is why I put this here, because he should have went like, okay, I want apples in my cereal. I want these nuts in my cereal, and you make him make it. And then most of the time they'll eat it because they make it. It's funny how the mind is, because he made it. Yeah. They'll want it.
The younger ones is easy. I have a 16-year-old. It is so hard with that one. They
Let me get
sneeze.
some more
Do
strawberries.
you have any food?
Ocean tunas in there, they gotta have surgery removed.
Oh my God.
Then, once you have one removed, now you're inside the group now, where inside 5 years.
Well,
Okay, go.
oh my God.
We love that Chinese.
Y'all pass the milk.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And y'all got some good stuff out here. It's saying that was not good.
Dates. You trying some, young man? Mr. Malcolm.
Okay, who doesn't have a spoon?
Thank you.
You can't go wrong with those ingredients.
So what kind of, I might have missed this, but what kind of inspires you to, you know, take the approach to growing and like really researching the different options? Like, was it just the fact
My children.
Okay.
And myself. It actually started with myself, but then I realized that my children still wanted to just eat Morningstar. Like, what do you guys want to eat? We want spaghetti, but we want it with the veggie meat in it, that Morningstar product. And I'm learning so much about that type of stuff. I'm like, I have to find a way for them to eat the way I want them to eat, but to enjoy it.
Yes.
And so this is my version. That's why I call it playing with food.
Well, you said you sent your daughter to camp with you.
Yes, I did. She went to camp for 1 week,
How is it, sis?
3 hours away from
It's
me.
delicious.
And this was what we
It smells
made.
delicious. It looks delicious.
Oh, I miss
It tastes wonderful.
Wait, I got
I haven't even had the milk, and I'm already.
You know how you get to the end? I was
Right.
That's what I said. I was thinking, are we supposed to put the milk
Did you
in?
need some?
It's like you could or not, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm about to do
That's
it.
amazing. That's what's up.
Okay, enjoy.
How you folks like?
I like that there's.
You like it?
It's healthy. Would you try this with your children? I mean, for yourself mainly, but I mean, would you try to figure it with your youth and stuff? So, how about you, big guy? How's it taste? It's good.
And I chose the best one with the least ingredients.
Okay.
And Silk, you can look on these lists. Silk is a company that uses, they don't use genetically modified stuff. So like their soy, even their soy is non-genetically modified, but you can look those types. So this is a good brand if you're gonna get something from the store. And also it's non-GMO and it has organic. So we wanna do our best when we can, because it can get it can get expensive to look for this. Now, I'm not all into the old USDA green and white tag, because that just means that they put their stamp of approval on it, but that don't really mean anything. As long as you know where it came from, you're comfortable, because it's more local, it's even better. But as far as this box stuff, I might want to have that seal on it. All right? So we've done breakfast. Trying to give you some other ideas. We've got some millet as an idea of what you can use for another cereal. One of a great thing to do is simply to make a smoothie for breakfast. Children love making smoothies, and we're going to do a smoothie later on with some of the leftover, because you know how sometimes you only have like a piece left? Well, I found a great smoothie that I like to do from when I only have a little bit left from doing some tuna. We all need some apples and then some cucumbers. Okay. So, any questions about breakfast?
What was that particular one just now?
That was almonds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, dates, maple syrup, strawberries, and almond milk. Would you like these? They're using a certain type of nitrogen which causes harm to our body. So we want to stay away from foods that are grown in that, and we also want to stay away from foods that are actually producing nitrogen in our body. So that's why we don't eat certain things. Now with those boxed cereals, not only do they have all of the ingredients in there that we would like to stay away from, a lot of them have been caught in the ingredients that they're using in the cereal is cardboard.
I mean, even like Enviro Kids.
Is that a brand?
No, it is a brand. We've been getting that, but even, that, because they supposedly.
Oh, I really haven't done enough research.
Okay.
I just know that I have not been able to find not one cereal that I was comfortable serving my children.
Okay.
Not in the box.
Okay.
When I turn the ingredients around, I'm like, there's always something. And you know what the something might be? Natural flavors. Where if it's so natural, why didn't you just tell me? So I found out by reading a book called Detox and Regeneration that many times you see natural flavoring, it's MSG.
Oh.
And you can get that book at theamberinstitute.com. All right, so that's breakfast. Now let's do lunch.
All the sunflowers that is
The
the tuna?
sunflower seed is going to be a tuna. So it's more like a nut pate.
Oh,
And we're going to
cool.
make that, and we're going to have it over some kale with some, with that, I'm also showing you how to make a kale salad. All right, so I'm going to have Miara get the, go ahead and do that first while I start prepping this. Anybody want to help with the kale salad? You do? Okay, well you finish eating. Finish eating.
Man, see, you getting more, man. You got the
So I'm going to show y'all basic kale salad, because this kale salad can be your lunch, but it also can be your dinner. It can be your dinner, your salad that you have with dinner, and this is an excellent time to be having kale because this is the natural time it grows. Thank you. Can you show this young man where the bathroom is so he can go wash his hands? Oops, be careful. So with the kale, it's in season right now, so this is a good time to eat it. We like to eat things that are seasonal. I've stocked up on strawberries and I've been stocking up on tomatoes. And my mom's been helping me just blanch the tomatoes so I can have my own canned tomatoes. But jarred, jarred.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I do. Sometimes I just just being lazy and I go get canned tomatoes. Anything in a can that is bad. All right. But I did find one brand that it's just tomatoes. There's no citric acid, there's no nothing. And the expiration date is like this year. So I have to figure out, I'm not interested in promoting other people's brands. I'm just saying right now you can get tomatoes mad cheap. Take them, you can blanch them, which just means that you take them and you put them in some hot water. The skin will fall off, so that means it is lightly cooked. Jar them up or stick them in the freezer. All right, this freezer will stop that process. So we're gonna make a simple kale salad using avocado. I make my own seasoning mix. This is called church seasoning. Almost everything that I use, this is my seasonal. All right. And you can purchase that downstairs at my table. Can you close that door?
Yes. I just have to look at
How much is the seasoning?
$5. So the base of this kale salad, and this is why I like making this with the children, because they get to put their hands in it and get to feel it, because the only way that this salad actually works is if you put your hands in it. My mom doesn't like the texture of the avocado, so she always makes me blend up her avocado because she doesn't want to see the chunks. I understand that. That's why a lot of people don't like guacamole. It's just green and lumpy. It just looks gross. That you can get like
No, we're good,
this.
because the further
I
back.
don't use them because they don't work, but this part usually works. For the children, because you don't want them to do this and then they hurt themselves, it's normally you just do this and the cord will come out, but you could get them if you're working with children in your kitchen. See how easy that is? And waste free, onion powder. I put everything on here, turmeric. I put it on, it's all on the label. And then some proprietary ingredients. Ministers these things.
I tried it all the way.
Wait a minute, the pink ones are yours, not those.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I ate the pink one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wait a minute, the lemons are mine.
I tried to make kale salad before with the kale, so it's tough.
Go organic with the kale. You don't like the top, because it's like, I don't know if you notice like the difference between the organic kale and the ones that you get in the regular store. It's like really, really curly and tough, and yeah. So you can do that.
Grow your own.
Right. It's so cheap.
Yeah.
This is the season to be doing it.
Yeah. I have kale growing. Well, I don't have kale right now. I'm gonna get some kale, but I have mustard growing. Mustard growing.
Yes. So these are avocados, and we're gonna use this to make some kale salad. Let's move this down here so people can see.
It's sitting on a lid.
Oh, take the lid off. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll pick it up. Your grandma grows avocados? Awesome. Oh, yes, you can.
Oh,
That's what you were
okay.
saying. Okay, so now we're gonna take some kale.
Grandma gonna love them.
I forgot we already have this. We should probably cut this up. Can you guys break this up into small, tiny pieces? I just old school for me, because the more, cut down, the better it is for digestion. I just old school like we do greens, and I cut it into really thin pieces. But since we're playing with food, can you guys cut this kale down with your fingers like this? These ones over here into really small pieces. You can do the ones in the bowl. Right here, right here. Just put it, we just want this to be real small, bite-sized pieces. So y'all don't have to cut it down. You could do the same thing. You could just tear it if you want. I do because I have a restaurant and people love that my greens. They're like, how do you get your kale nice and shredded into strips? And it also makes for a nice garnish and it's easier to digest. And also I like my food to be even. Like when I have a salad, I want to have a little piece of tomato and the pepper and the greens. And I don't want the tomato to be real big and or have a leaf. I don't like this. So that's why I'm asking them to take time, and I'm basically cutting it the same way that I would cut it with a knife.
So that dark,
In Delaware, yes. Wilmington and the riverfront. I have some cards over there. You know that most of my clients, 99% of my clients are in Philly, all my personal chef clients. Because there's no healthy food up here. Like there's like Hip City, I mean as far as like when you want to have like a veggie burger or something. We're gonna smush the avocados into the greens.
so that dark kale is not.
Yes, that's my favorite. The dino kale.
Okay, I've had that one.
That is my favorite.
Thank you.
You can put all that kale in here if you want.
Allie, and then I just let it sit there.
Yes.
And then cooking. Yeah, cooking, then you eat it. Yeah, because right out the package is kind of, you know, cold. Cold strong.
Okay, while we're doing that,
Get that.
I've soaked some sunflower seeds. You can do the same thing. I got these from like Freshies that we ate for breakfast with our cereal. And I've just put this in some water and I've been letting it soak since this morning.
Okay.
All right, you can soak it overnight. The thing is that when you soak the raw fruits, you soak the raw nuts, it helps with the enzymes to digest them. All right?
Okay.
That's why you want to soak them.
Do you soak the almonds as well, or just the?
Well, not for the cereal or anything,
Okay.
but for the cheesecake that I made today, I soaked them. When I make cheese, I soak them, and then you take the skin off.
You make cheese with almonds?
Almond cheese.
Wow.
We're gonna be making cheese today out of, oh my gosh, I did it, I knew it, I forgot it.
Oh, almonds are very good.
You know what, we're gonna be making cheese today out of, I'll make it out of anything. Hey, that's what I'm called, the Drop Squad Kitchen. I forgot the cashews, because I wanted to make a pizza.
Drop Squad Kitchen, I like that.
So, I remember Drop Squad, like Spike Lee, so
Yeah.
like I drop squad on people, that's why I say I'm unapologetically healthy. I need y'all to remember.
Put 'em in the back.
Recharge
You
our
need to-
DNA. You can't be revolutionary if you still eating oppressors' food.
Right.
That's why I'm called the
Exactly.
Drop Squad Kitchen.
That's right.
I like that.
Get your diet right, get your mind right.
Put you in the back of the van and make you learn how to grow.
Like that.
We don't
You
do
sell out to your body.
Flax seeds have too much yeast and fungus. So we, listen,
You said flax seeds?
yes. My healthy menu is all based on food science, and it's all based off of what Minister Inky shares at the Ember Institute. I take his information, and y'all like, okay, what am I supposed to do with that? I create the recipes. So, flax seeds are no, we don't do flax seeds.
Not even as a seasoning?
No.
No?
What about for the hair? I use it for, I make
Yeah, that's
flaxseed
different.
gel. Okay.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay, because I don't really.
I stopped using the flax seeds because it's still going into our body, so I started using agar,
Okay.
all right, for the hair.
Okay.
Is the oil?
It comes in place or a powder. All you do is add water and it gels up. It gels up hard, and that's what I use as a hair gel.
Okay.
Agar?
Agar.
AGAR. It's a seaweed. So usually, I don't have all my material here, but you could just take just a strainer. So I'm just straining it like this for now. And what happens is this creates a different texture with the sesame seeds, and it creates your mayonnaise from soaking it. So you don't need to add anything else. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our own cheese sauce out of some sunflower seeds.
But on your site, Drop Squad Kitchen, all of this is on there, right?
No, you can buy it on there, like it's
I just buy it, whatever.
Yeah, yes, you can go and get
Okay.
like my recipe books.
Okay, awesome. Cause this work is too, because I'm learning.
Now they're gonna take avocados, and they're going to squish them until it's all until it's all coated. Okay, so you want it to be, take this with your hand, like this, and you just want to put them in there. Just one person do it, because if you color in the lines, that means that I only want it on the inside, and that's what I do with the children to teach them how to season it. So they'll understand a full color is like a tablespoon. When you lightly color it, and you're doing like a teaspoon. All right, so.
That makes sense.
Yes. We also do the measurements with Playing with Food, because when I do the actual Playing with Food workshops with the children, they have activities they have to do. They have to understand a half a lemon equals 1 tablespoon, and let's figure it out. Let's squeeze a lemon. Let's put it in the juicer. And so those are how we do the activities. Well, how many? So we did a cup now. Well, how many cups are in a such and such, or how many ounces are in a cup? Well, there's 8 ounces in a cup. How do we know? Because we just did this many lemons. Well, how many teaspoons then? So that's how we're getting our math lesson in. That's why we call it Playing with Food.
Right.
All right, so over here, we're working on this. Now, for me, I like to make a smoothie out of mine. So this is when I'm gonna add in about a quarter of amount of a bunch. Like this was a whole package of celery. So I'm just gonna use like this much to help me blend it, because we don't wanna add any water or anything else.
Do you not eat bread at all?
I do. I like spelt bread. I used to think I was doing something good by eating the Ezekiel bread, and then I'm like, oh, they got all this fermented stuff and they have yeast. No wheat. I'm wheat free and I'm yeast free. So I do like the spelt bread that they sell at like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. You can get it in the refrigerated section. It comes with a yellow label. It's like old-fashioned sourdough spelt, and it's just spelt, water, and that's it. Like there's no yeast in it.
So what's wrong with the Ezekiel?
It's got yeast in it. Remember, we're different. We have melanin. Like we have a pH melanin, which is completely different than the acid sulfur-based melanin that Europeans have. When they're born with brown adipose tissue. With white adipose tissue. Or white blood cells. We're born with brown blood cells. We want to get our body back to that. All of the healthy stuff that we see in the mainstream media is about them and their bodies. Carrots, broccoli all day. No carrots and broccoli for us. All right? Flax seeds all day. No flax seeds for us.
Are we different as in the different complexions because of, can he eat one thing and she can, I can?
It's all based off of your blood type.
Okay.
So people who are O negative have a different, requirement than people who have a different blood type. So that just means different levels of acid, basically. So people who are like O positive, that means you have more acid in your blood. So you definitely need to stay away from more acid-causing foods.
No pineapples and stuff for me? Does that mean?
There's nothing really wrong with pineapples. They have, what's it, bromamine. I was like, yeah. Sometimes I get mixed up. Like I know it in my head, but it just won't come out. I love pineapples. That's one of my favorite things to eat.
Should we go wash our hands?
Yes.
I will. Can you take him to the... Oh, yes. Should we still wash his hands?
Does he have... No, he's fine. But if you're uncomfortable, I should have told y'all to put the gloves on for that section.